Hi everyone. So we're sitting in the back seat of my Impreza. The Subaru is kind of like a utility car for me. I just have my driver's seat and basically nothing else in the car. So I added, people have known about this infamous brace, the 3-point strut brace from Russia, no longer in production or no longer being able to ship to the United States at least. Got that a while ago. This was very integral in changing some of the bracing in the rear end. It was the first rear brace that I put in, and it was very noticeable. I'm glad I got the 3-point. Um, you know, I don't run a spare, so that arch doesn't really need it anymore. But that 3-point tie, the third point tie there, is actually makes it super stiff. Later on, I added this seat back brace that I kind of made. It took me a couple of months to figure out in my head, passively how to attach a bar to like loops, these ring loop clamp things. So that was more of a fabrication, mind journey. The fabrication itself was pretty easy, but thinking about how to do it without being like too crazy, it's a relatively simple idea, right? It's just like a clamp. And then so that finally brings me to my thing that I just installed today. I completed it. I haven't painted it yet, but I wanted to share this. It's the third seat brace. I see a lot of seat braces for other cars, and typically there's sort of this kind of like angle, and then it's a welded bar that goes all the way across, and another kind of like bracket, right? And I don't know why they make it like that. I don't know why they don't just have it straight across. Maybe it's for insulation purposes and things like that. But I kind of wanted a more solid setup here. So I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Impreza chassis or just chassis engineering in general, but there's these rails that kind of run along the edge of the car on that side as well, and these braces for the seats actually tie into them, right? You can kind of see where they're on the seam here. This is where they've put some soundproofing there, right? Some caulking there. I don't know if that's the bond. I don't think that's the bond, but this rail kind of keeps the chassis rigid, and if you can tie both sides of those together, it creates sort of like a ladder, right? And so I have like an upper brace up here to keep the C pillar from shifting side to side, and then now I've added this seat bottom brace, the seat brace, to tighten up a little bit more of this lower part of the chassis. I don't know if I need this, guys. It's literally just a thought exercise for me on how to put something like this in and then make it, right? I've always liked doing things with my hands and just building things. And so this is just like one other thing that I've just wanted to try. And I'm going to keep this. I'll divulge the way that I do this later, but basically it's a solid bar tied from both sides. Well, it's a hollow bar, but it acts like a solid bar, just like this one, right? So you're going to have some structural rigidity now, even more structural rigidity, keeping that rear end of the car nice and stiff.